That thing's on. That thing's on.
That thing's on. Yo, a.
That's his trademark, I guess. And my trademark is welcome back to the Fully Lacking Podcast, episode 55, where a couple ADHD dudes are just trying to get through life. I'm your host, Drew. This is your other host, Anthony, and we are happy to have you. We're happy that you're tuning in, dude. Our energy's up. His acid reflux is reflecting, and I feel fine. I feel fine. We did our post-show stuff. Pre-show stuff. And I got my pre-show zen in. I'm feeling good. Anthony's feeling horrible. And everything's at peace in the world. Before we jump into this episode, because it is episode 55, y'all go hit like, subscribe, do all that stuff. He'll get into it at the end of the show. But we appreciate you guys being here. It feels good to be back. I got to ask you the question that I ask every episode. How are you, buddy? How are you doing? How are you feeling? Despite the whole stomach coming out of your throat thing. Is that what? I think that's what it is too.
I don't think that's what acid reflux is. What acid reflux is one, something I'm getting at this age as I'm approaching 40. And two, it's literally the acid from your stomach coming up through the channels of your
horribly off.
Digestive system. Your stomach coming up through your throat is wild. It's a wild imagery. It's wildly off base.
I also called it reflex.
You did.
And not reflux.
Mm-hmm.
Like acid,
You'll relate more in a few years. You're getting there.
I mean, I get heartburn. That's what I call it. Because
it's connected, yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes when I'm a little hungover, had a little too drinky drinks the night before, I get a little heartburn.
Really? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you asked how I'm doing.
I want to know. Dying to know.
And this is an ADHD podcast still, right?
Is it?
I don't know. Because sometimes I be opening up on here about my ADHD woes. And then I get from this guy, I'm embarrassed for you. But he doesn't ever share how ADHD affects him. I think it's just half an ADHD podcast. So I'm going to do my part in sharing how ADHD, because ADHD has just been taking me for a ride these past couple weeks. I don't even know where to start. Maybe we could start with the fact that I went to 2 appointments the week before I had those appointments. 2 separate appointments. One doctor's appointment for me. I show up. No. My son was first. My son, Exodus, was first.
Your son.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we went to his doctor's appointment. I took him out of school for this. I picked him up, said we have a doctor's appointment. We went. And she's like, who's this appointment for? Exodus. She was like, all right, that's an interesting name. I said, don't judge me. And then she was like, I'm not seeing anything here. What's the date of birth? Yeah, your appointment's next week. And Exodus is just there looking at me. Just
ashamed. Just secondhand embarrassment. So did you have to take him out of school for this?
That's how I started the story, indeed.
Oh, I didn't. My bad, dude.
And there's his ADHD. He'll deny it up and down.
Yeah.
But yes, I took him out of school for that. And so then, there's one not in the books, but in the books still.
Yeah.
In the ADHD books. And then I had my appointment and I went in for that. And I go in and bring in my paperwork all happy and prepared.
Okay.
Because that's how we want validation for ADHD, showing that we're ready and prepared.
We're here, baby.
Because no one expects us to do that. Well, I was too ready. I was too prepared. He's like, I'm sorry, your appointment's not till next week. 2 appointments a week early. Here's the worst part. I knew after my son Exodus's appointment that I made the mistake of only looking at the time and not the date. I did the same thing the night before my appointment and double checking. That's what is part of my struggle. And that's not even the biggest part of the struggle yet. But we'll start there.
I have to say this. I actually feel for you because I've done similar things.
Is he opening up?
No, it's true.
He's opening up.
Sometimes my schedule gets a little discombobulated, and that's a word, baby, by the way. But yes, I've been in the same situation. I've arrived at parties before the party because
you gotta control your acid, bro.
Hiccup. I arrived at parties before the party because the party wasn't for like another week.
Well, a party's crazy.
Yeah.
I've never arrived at a party that
Hey, I'm an overachiever, baby. Golden
Ready
retriever.
to party.
Yeah, golden retriever, overachiever. You know what I mean?
So he is the master of golden retriever energy.
Yes.
And I am the master of droopy energy. If you don't recall that, it's probably because you're younger than me and don't watch cartoons from the 70s. But it's a very sad dog.
Zoom in, future Drew, on his droopy dog impersonation, and go.
I'm getting a little tired of the zoom ins from my face, and not in the best context. Second episode in a row.
Can we do it though? Can you just try it once? Just droopy dog face. 3, 2, 1, go. Dude, the resemblance is uncanny.
So there's that part.
Yeah.
Another part is I have a presentation that I'm going to be doing for work next week. I had worked on it a lot last year, haven't really touched it since, and got it set up so work can allow me to do that. And so I'm getting stuff ready, and I haven't told Drew this, and he's probably gonna look at me weird.
Okay.
I bought a new computer. Unfortunately, it's not a computer that's capable of editing, and that's kind of why his response was.
What?
I bought a new computer, but it's only for work purposes.
You're telling me your life doesn't revolve around our pod?
It doesn't.
Your decisions day to day don't revolve around the furtherness of our pod's growth?
It doesn't.
You bought a computer knowing you needed a computer for editing.
Financially capable, I'm not. I'd have to get a $2,000 computer for what I need.
Shoot. Well,
And my computer was approximately a third of that. So.
It's like $7,000.
And that's the Santa Fe educational system for you once again.
I was kidding. That was an embellishment.
So I got this new cheapish computer, and I transferred files over from the old one to the new one. And I thought I did a pretty good job until I started looking for this presentation.
Oh, no.
And this was a 40-slide presentation. It's a magnum opus of my ADHD knowledge. And so I was pretty proud of it.
Yeah.
People, I imagine them rejoicing as I deliver this in the work setting. Nonetheless, last night I realized I didn't transfer that file. So a couple hours last night and today, I've been downloading every single data recovery app I can to try and recover it. No luck. No luck on that.
I've been there.
I had a Hail Mary. I Googled through my Microsoft Teams, and I had an old draft in there, and it saved me.
Oh, dude.
But I've been stressing because I was going to have to I have that presentation on Wednesday. We record on Tuesdays. That makes tomorrow Wednesday. I'm not doing that tomorrow. I'm doing it in a week.
He shows up all ready to prepare.
I'll have to prepare a week early.
Oh, yeah. Man.
So I've been up and down with ADHD, medicated.
Yeah, see, I'm not medicated.
Hey, doctor, up the dose.
Yeah, I'm not medicated at all, and I feel like we struggle with the same stuff.
We gonna talk about this?
Yeah, let's do it.
I think for one, you have buffers. You have
like Michael Buffer, Bruce Buffer. It's time. That guy.
No, I prefer Bruce. I'm not a UFC guy.
Bruce is Michael Buffer's boxing.
God damn it. Well, I prefer the Michael. I prefer the Mike.
Okay. All Mikes, Michael Jordan, Michael Jackson.
Have that's enough.
Okay.
You have buffers in the sense of like here at your work, you have like a partial assistant.
Yeah.
It's not her like actual role, but she serves that role for you.
Yeah.
Even though she's much love, she can be as ADHD as you sometimes.
Sometimes I edit this at work and she's gonna see this.
I'll take the L on that.
Yeah, okay, Tor, you saw that. You saw it.
You also have a non-ADHD partner.
Correct.
As a buffer.
Yes.
And I think that you have those protections. I have Melissa. She has it. She's diagnosed by me, for the record. And she helps support me, but she's not as integrated into my life quite yet. We're getting there.
Got you. Love that.
And then at work, I used to have an assistant when I had my last job, but this job, it's all me. And I also at home, just me. So you have some buffers around you that I don't. And so therefore I struggle.
But your buffers are medication.
The medication, it's an interesting
Did you
point.
just slow it down? Or?
The medication, I think, allows for, it's like fertilizing soil, Like an ADHD brain it's the worst as a therapist to say, but it's kind of like not like nutrient rich soil. So,
Oh, that's really bad.
so like it helps me have some nutrients in the soil so I can practice some things and grow
That's
some
fair.
things. That's what it does for me. But I don't know. I think it's stress. It's like Jenga, you know,
Yeah.
if I have ADHD, but then stress and then, you know, all these other stuff. And as they add up, it gets a little more shaky.
I think my ADHD stems from like just now when I told you slow down, does it slow you down? My mind was like a bus driver tells people to slow down when they're driving. Another one was like, slow it down. I just dissed you. All these things popped into my head at once. Yeah, it's a great reference.
Word association.
Yeah, and so, but that happens all the time. And then I go clearly on tangents about the things I just thought. And I'll just go, and I'll never get to all of them.
Uh-huh.
You know what I mean?
And then you're never finished.
Ever. And so, yeah, I don't know. We're definitely mentally ill for sure. But it's okay. Like, I think, like, with your ADHD woes, I'm now kind of, I'm experiencing it the same because I'm in a chapter of my life where I started to, and as reluctantly as you were for me to do this, I started picking up some music again. And I'm making an album and it's going to come out in spring. And I have had the hardest time managing the space to write. And it's not because
It's usually between the lines on the page.
No, I don't write music down. You know this. I don't write it down. Right?
All right, Jay-Z.
I thought it was cool when Jay-Z did it and I learned how to do it. And that was it was my handwriting. So I have ADHD, like, like we're talking about. But when I write rhymes, I fixate on how sloppy the word that I wrote was, and then I lose. So people like just type it out, and I'm like, yeah, but I've kind of like trained my mind to just, I learned by repetition. So with this album, I've never been more inspired. Like, I'm so excited to make this album, and it's called Sad Boy Hours, and it sounds sad guy, and I guess it has an undertone of that for sure, but it's like different hours of a person's life, because I've always loved storytelling. That's always been like a big bag of mine. I've always liked to take my experience and then kind of like fantasize it and kind of exaggerate it a bit and create something that other people can relate to on top of it, right? And so this album is like everything that I've ever loved to do, and so I'm so inspired to do it, but I'm like struggling to find the time to sit down and write, like to sit down and like focus. Okay, we're going to work on this beat. This is going to be track whatever. This is for this hour of this person's life. It has been so hard. The craziest part is like, this is the most easily the most approachable project I could make because it's in my lyrical bag. It's in my creative bag. I have a team. My boy Contube is executive producer on the whole thing. He's going to record it. He's going to mix and master. He's going to do everything. And I have the features already picked out. Only one, unless one of the homies jumps on it, which I hope, because he's always been the only guy I've put on the albums. It's like everything is perfect. I have the studio. The financial part is not going to kill me this time. Like all this stuff. And the way that promotion has gotten on social media is so much easier. I mean, it's bonkers. You can record or get a clip from somebody who recorded the ocean at sunset, and you just put your lyrics, you put your music over it with subtitles, and that thing, like that. You don't even need to hire a production team anymore. You don't need to go shoot videos on location and spend thousands of dollars. Like, you can do it differently. Everything has set me up for this album to not go wood.
Glass
Wood.
I think wood
and glass.
above.
Oh, okay. Nonetheless, I think that I can find some success with this one. And it's not like I haven't with my other albums. I know we joke about it, but I've done a lot of great things with the music. So this is kind of like the
best rapper in Las Cruces.
Thank you. I actually think he means that, but it's also kind of like a cut.
It's a callback to the last one.
Yeah.
I do mean it.
Yeah.
I do think highly of your stuff, and it is, paramount that you try and set aside some time to organize it.
Yeah, with my new daughter, Matilda G. Matilda G. That's her name.
Matilda G.
Yeah,
it's like Prodigy.
Yeah,
but not
Matilda G. No middle name, last name Sandoval. It's hard because like I get home and like where I would be lost in my thoughts, I'm like locked in. You know what I mean? Like usually like after tonight, I'll get home late. I started a 13-week class with my church. And so I'm going to be doing that. And then like there's, and it's not as overwhelming as like when I'm coaching football. It's not hours and hours. Like I still get home around 7:30, right? But I know when I get home, the kitchen needs to be cleaned up because Lisa's already putting the baby to bed and she already bathed her. So I got to clean up the kitchen and make sure it's good. So when she comes out, we can spend time together. And bro, I'm like, how am I going to, it's there. I just need to chalk the time out. And Contube has called me on an almost daily basis, if not bi-daily, and been like, you write some songs today? Because he's a driver. He's a commercial driver. So he's all over the country. He has time to think about what he's going to do with this album. And so he's, hey, bro, I was just thinking, I listened to all your albums today, and I just wanted to tell you. And I'm like,
damn. I need...
What?
Are his ears healthy? Are they not bleeding? His ears aren't bleeding? No. We got into the battle rap hate last time.
I did cook
and
a little
now
bit.
your karma is here.
Karma is here.
That aside, though, I feel like, and I don't know if it's true for you, that ADHD, we talk about the word association, and guess what rap is? Guess what battle rap is?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm like that gives me a superpower with the creative process. Is that true for you? I think I just whistled as I talked too.
Yeah, he did.
Fucking one of the 7 dwarves.
I think it's funny that you say that because I was talking to somebody about this. I did a show at a big, like it wasn't a stadium, but it was a convention center. It's huge, right?
It was a 5th birthday party.
No, it was
It's a bar mitzvah.
I opened up for Ja Rule and Ashanti in El Paso at the Coliseum, right? And I've performed at one other big place, the Pan Am here in New Mexico for Tyga, but it was kind of empty when I went on, honestly. With my show, it was me and then them. Like the Yin Yang twins run after me, right? And so I had never realized until that moment when I walked on stage, this is the worst time to realize this. Oh, this is why people have on-stage ear monitors, right? I couldn't hear anything. But because I think once again, we go back to what we've always said, our superpower, my ADHD, my mind remembered the way the bass felt. And so I knew where the beat was. I knew and I kept looking back, and I think Robbie will even attest to this because he was my DJ. He's the one who got me on the show, him and Cinna. And I kept looking back, and he's like, because I could not hear. And so I think you're right. Like the association that our brain does with small things that we become manic about. And like, it's like, that's also helped us get through situations. Like for you, like battle rapping, and for me, like on stage performances where I forget the lyrics. It's like those things I would never, until you just said it. That's why I'm kind of like animated right now. I never would have thought. And it is because of that. It's just like, it's a detriment at times for sure. But it's also like legitimately a superpower.
I mean, I believe it's like from sad origins because like you make mistakes, you either are going to sit in that mistake or you're going to learn to adjust on the fly.
Yeah.
And I feel like, both you and I have adjusted on the fly.
You right?
You know where I'm going, right?
Did.
I was going to rhyme more, but I
love that.
But I mean, that sums it up.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that anytime that we're forced to like use maximum brain power, those things kick in. Like your battle rapping, my album, this new thing that you're doing. Like Anthony is embarking on a journey that I've been on for the last almost 3 years. And I'll introduce it, and obviously you could take it away, but I'm very proud of you, brother. And I've said this privately, and I want to say it on our platform because I love this platform. When you told me about it, I got teary. I got emotional because I know how much you mean to me. And to know that you are going to be in a position to completely alleviate certain stresses from your life by doing something you truly enjoy and you love, it brought me so much joy. And so when you came over and you had the documents and you showed me that I completely forgot about, I remember that moment and I was like, man, like I'm so stoked for my best friend. Like he's starting his own business. And like I said, I'll let you take it away, but it's so exciting for me to know that you're doing this. And like, I've told you this before, but I mean it. Like I'm so much stapled and cemented in your corner for anything you do. So to see you doing something like this, bro, you have to. what is the feeling you get? Like when you hear me say you're starting your own business, like what is that initial feeling?
Fucking nervous, honestly.
Yeah, I get it.
I think, it's, we'll trace it back. So in my field, and I still have this tendency to want to have these lines between the pod and my job, but I don't think I can really maintain those anymore. So you probably already know what I do, and clients see this and whatever. But, I've been doing this almost 13 years now, which is crazy. 13 years. And, I'm good at what I do. I don't think I can, step on my own achievements there. I'm really good at what I do, and I've been doing it a while, and that's why. And I just love what I do. And towards the end of last year, and it's gonna sound crazy, but it is what it is. But meeting Melissa, I've had big thoughts and big plans with her for a while, and I know she's felt the same. So I'm already thinking ahead, like, I make this much, but how can I take this further? How can I really bring more to the table as far as like whenever we have like a dual income home, and really just chasing dreams. And I had brought it up to her probably when we had visited like Albuquerque one time, and she was like, yeah, you should do it. And I was like, you know what? Like, let me kind of look into this. So I started looking into it, started getting the numbers. Like, okay, well, this is how much more I can make. This is what I'll need to do. Really just ironing it out over, since October, pretty seriously. And here, there's a lot of steps that I've been able to take. And it's nerve-wracking. I know from your experiences, the risk,
Yeah.
And I also know from your album, the risk.
I knew it. You can't say
I'm
it.
too big. I can't. The word risk comes up for both of us in that context, right?
I knew it was coming. I knew you were gonna do it, but I was like, maybe he won't. Maybe he's in a deep moment.
Don't give me that.
Maybe
benefit.
he won't, and he did it.
I'm petty.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So here I am. I have a name for it. Gonna work with the boy Gifted on the logo and the website. Eventually, got to get a loan for it. I'm right on the precipice. I'm just missing a little bit of things that's driving me nuts. Yet, like I know I'm ready for it, but it's scary. It's gonna be a broke year for me. It's not too long. If everything goes as planned, I'm gonna be set for next year. Yeah. But 2026 is gonna be a little bit of a tough year.
Yeah, I know you're not asking for it, because I think you would do it if you needed it. But I feel like my advice to you would be, just know you're not going to be prepared for everything, no matter how cemented it is, because I had been in this industry for a long time too. And if you guys don't know, like I'm an insurance agent, I own my own agency, and I had been in Farmers, and I started as a producer, and then I started training people how to run an agency. And I was good at it. I was great at it. And I did it for years, and I made a lot of money, and I enjoyed it. And so I was like, yeah, let me step in. Man, it's a lot different. It's a lot different when you're in the driver's seat. And it's just because there's this switch that flips where it may feel like when you're at work or you feel like you're in charge of everything. But there's this reality that hits you where you actually are.
That's fair.
It's like this weird, like, come to Sky Daddy moment, however you guys praise him, where you're like, oh man, the person that runs the front desk that answers calls or whatever the case, if I don't, then they don't, and then their family doesn't. It's like this it's so strange. And I think because this is new for you and it was new for me, you're now the main link of the chain. You're the starting point, and everything else is connected to you. And if your chain cracks and breaks, it immediately affects the integrity of the rest of it. And I didn't realize it until it was too late for me. Like, I had 5 people on staff. I was paying $20,000 a month in payroll, and then the switch flipped. And I wish somebody would have told me, like, hey, remember, however hard you're going to go at this, just know that you're going to be dragging people with you. And they're going to be there voluntarily, and you're going to be paying them. But if something happens with you, that's not an excuse. You have to take care of them. If your bills can't get paid, they have to be, because they're still doing something for you. That's the only thing I would say. Prepare to just be prepared to know that if something goes wrong, it's not your fault. It wasn't in your control. Do not kill yourself over it, figuratively and literally, right? And make sure you're giving the same grace you give to people and you give to loved ones and you give to friends, the same grace you give to yourself. Because you saw me the first year and a half. The first 5 months, I was loaded. I thought I had all the money in the world. And then you saw it slowly, I changed because I was, oh shit, I don't know how to do this. You are very plan forward. You need to know before you jump in. I was the opposite. I was like, I already know, I think I'll jump in. But regardless, if you don't, we'll meet at the same place. So that's the only advice I'd give to you, is make sure that you are prepared to give yourself the grace that's needed to continue. Because once you jump in, you can't just stop. Because if you do stop, then you're going to regret that for the rest of your life. You got to see it through. And whatever the end of that see it through looks like, that's what you'll decide, right? But man, and just make sure you have a hard stop, like a hard line where, okay, it's gotten this bad now. I cannot, I've tried. I didn't have that. I have one now, but I think I've gone through the majority of the suck already. You know what I mean? So, and I love you, buddy. And so I'm like excited for you, and I'm like nervous for you at the same time, because I mean, my business is doing a little better. And so I think if you need some help, you know what I mean, I'll be able to finally be in a position to do it. But at the end of the day, bro, I don't want anything but success for you. And I think you're going to do great. I really do. I do. Yeah. That was a long one. I'm sorry. I kind of went on a Drew tangent.
Al Bundy speech.
Yeah. Was it good though? Did it touch your fillers? Did it fill your fillers?
No, it was meaningful.
Good. Yeah. Cause I meant it.
I took a lot from it. I mean,
good.
I have planned. And I mean, I can't plan for everything.
Yeah.
But I have, good people looking out for me and have given me advice, and
good.
I am, I'm trucking forward.
That's it.
I'm aiming to get myself into another tax bracket. That's where I'm looking at. So,
and you're going to do great, bro. You are. And it doesn't matter. I say this with golf, like there's no pictures on the scorecard, bro. There's no pictures on your 1099 at the end of the year. No one's going to know that it almost burnt down on month 7 of that 12, right?
Yeah.
No one's going to know that. It's only going to be you, and you just got to work through it. And you're going to do good. You're going to do great, and you're going to do good. Like, I know you're going to make an impact how you've already made, and you're going to further your reach and be able to continue that on top of living a great life. And so I'm excited for you, for sure. I really am. I was thinking about this, though, while you were talking, and I'm sorry. Anthony, I don't think enough people follow us yet. I don't think enough people know the greatness that is oozing out of this podcast. Would you agree or disagree?
I'd agree.
And I think that through numerous experiments, a bunch of hypotheses or a hypothesis, I think I figured out what they need and what they need to get to this greatness juice that we're producing.
Is it a cup?
No, it's close. It starts with a C. It's called follow us. Follow us. Some people say follow us. What would you say? What would you say to them?
Some people say follow us.
Yeah, follow us. Why didn't I say come follow us?
Yeah, that was probably the easier route to go.
God, I don't understand.
I would probably refer those people over to the hospital to get their brains checked by my girlfriend who does radiology.
What a
But not like her location, because I don't want her to do more work. So like any other location in the city.
Yeah. Okay, so if they didn't say follow and they just said follow, what would you say to that? If that's how they received information, normal linguistics, what would you say?
I have lost where we're going with this conversation. Are we trying to get into social media?
We are.
Okay. All right.
3, 2.
No, we could. No. We're not gonna even restart. Let the people see the struggles. Let the world people are struggling in different places. You can see us struggle live too.
Yep.
We're not even gonna restart that like we usually would. I'm gonna provide you the socials right here.
Yeah.
We're gonna start with some Instagram as a little. It's like a
square,
camera.
like a camera. Yeah.
It's the old like Polaroid. It's kind of like a Polaroid.
Kinda, yeah.
Logo, right? And got the TikTok, which is just a.
Love that.
You know what? Probably not the TikTok. We probably gotta discuss that because that's a whole thing with TikTok. People are leaving that. In. Whatever the new one is, we'll put that here probably, or we won't because I don't even know. We don't even have an account there. So forget that one. We don't want to get canceled for that. That's a blank spot. And then what we have Facebook, which as I've been reminded by my girlfriend is more for older people, but y'all are our demographic, middle-aged people. And then we also of course have YouTube. He's actually like wearing the colors of YouTube. So maybe just transpose it over him.
Hi.
Hit the bell for his head.
No,
future
please
Drew.
don't. No.
And then I'm gonna ring it.
You're gonna ring my bell, dude? Are you 60? Knuckle sandwich time, bell ringing time.
Bell ringing time.
I don't know. Follow us on all the social medias. And like I say at the end of every episode, be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Fully lacking, baby.
Peace.
Peace.